And we are back live with another end of day pulse wave report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous Pulse Wave price trigger reports. All right, so today was a pretty uneventful day in the markets. Pretty quiet, dull day. I know Secretary of State Madeleine Albright passed away at like 84 years old or something like that. So that was a news story that came out today. Other than that, not a lot going on in the world. So let's just take a look. When I say world, I mean world of the markets, world of trading. That's the world we flow in. Everything else, yeah, there's a lot of news out there on and popping. But we're not concerned with that. We're concerned with these markets. So first chart up is your ADA Cardano. The market did pop from the rally alert coming into today. And it looks like it's headed for the bottom of the Kumo cloud next, or that 120 to 125 range, possibly even 130. Looking good for ADA Cardano. Ride those pulse waves. All right, EOS. Here's EOS. All right, EOS is still holding steady here, managing to get inside of the Kumo cloud. The bulls are still have this one. The market is still retracing from the lows, so we'll see how far the bulls can push the upside. Looking at Litecoin. All right, so Litecoin has a crash alert, primary crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. The target is the bearish pointer from February the 24th, and that's where the market is heading. And you see it got up here nice with all the buying, but something's happening right here at the bottom of that Kumo cloud, acting as a rough resistance. So I think the market's ready to settle back down again. So be careful if you're in Litecoin. Trade accordingly. All right, Theta. So Theta is trying to get up to the trend line resistance. It's pretty much all but there, you know. It's right here at the bottom of the Kumo cloud and the trend line. They both meet and intersect right there. So 350 is a real tough resistance for Theta, but the bulls are trying to keep it alive. So we'll see if the bulls have enough momentum to push through and get into the Kumo cloud of consolidation. We shall see. You just missed it. I did ADA Cardano was the first chart I looked at. So you can check it out after I finish the video. We're now on our fifth chart. All right, Xrp Ripple. This is a primary crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. The bulls managed to get it up here and topside the cloud, but it looks like the bears are just waiting, lying in wait and ready to smash this thing back down. This one right now is going to have a key support area around 75 cents. But if it fails, it could be falling off of a cliff and it can go down pretty precipitously. So heads up on that one. All right, next up is the US dollar. All right, everyone's concerned about the US dollar. You should be. You're in a full-blown correction mode right now. And the bottom of the Kumo cloud is down here around right below the 96 handle. Trend line support is around the 97 handle, and we're at 98.62. So a few days ago, we had a crash alert. And we didn't get any follow through. So no downside production as of yet. Looking like the market may be setting itself up for a higher entry point because we had this nice little channel of momentum, even though it's, see, this is the key. This is why I like the algo charts. Let me show you something here. So from here, you see this little uptrend channel on the daily bars, right? But you don't see the green line like you do here. This is not bullishness. See, this is how the market tricks people. This is not buying. This is sells liquidating shorts. taking profit because they shorted up here. So now they're taking profit in fear that the market's going to continue to go higher and erase their gains. So when you see an uplift in the market like this, you had 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row, right? And you don't see the buying in there. That means this right here is just short liquidations, not buying. Because remember, shorts have to buy in order to liquidate the shorts. Just like when you buy a stock, you have to sell the stock to take profit. So when you short the dollar, if you want to take profit, you have to buy. So this updraft here is nothing more than shorts covering. Now, yeah, it can turn into something, right? And it can flip and the bulls come in here and take control. But this just means profit taking and setting up for the next leg down. How do I know this? Well, it happened before. 1, 2, 3 up days in a row, and then it came down. All right. This was just, you had some buying interest here. Bulls and bears battling, but the bears won and took the market down. But then the bulls pulled it right back up again, even as the buying momentum leveled off. These two bars here, we dropped off on this one here. These two bars had no buying in it whatsoever. Bears came in, took advantage of that, dropped the market down. That's the dynamics of the market. That's why I like the algo charts, because it breaks down what the market is doing. This takes it and puts it into a nutshell for you. So the bears are keeping the market at bay, making it hard for it to rally. But there's pent up energy in here. Now, see, the selling pressure has come off too, right here. This is what makes things sneaky, because you're thinking that you're getting this updraft, this buying, and it's not. It's profit taking on shorts, and then they stop. They stop, and why this is going up, it was letting you know this is a target. Even though you have shorts coming in here and taking profit, you had new shorts entering short positions up in here, and then the selling stopped, or I should say the positioning rather. Now there's no bullishness or bearishness. It's flat as of this bar right here with a bearish bias. So the US dollar is primed right now to fall. So we'll see, can the Fed print more money and prop this thing up and get it over par? Anything is possible these days. All right, so wheat. I just did a trading journal video right before I started this video, and I was showing how. Remember when I said it today when we did our live stream? I explained the US's hypocritical stand on Putin because of how he's managing his markets. And the US has been doing the same thing since 9/11. All right, and they have never stopped. And so they're making fun of him. Well, today is another prime example of the hypocrisy. Guess what happened to me right before I started this video? I was recording my trade journal for those subscribers, and I was showing how the trades I put on last night, they didn't get triggered today. All right, the conditions in the market were not met, so I went ahead and canceled them. So I said, okay, let's go ahead and put these trades back on, because we have new price triggers now, and let me add a few new ones. And one of the ones I was looking at was wheat. Since the market has settled down, it hasn't went lock limit up or down in several days. So I'm like, okay, that's a market that should be stabilized now. Let me go ahead and take a jab at it. Let me put a buy order in. As soon as I hit send, an alert popped up. It was like rejected, and I was like, what? And guess what it said? Order was rejected because they're only taking closing orders only. You cannot initiate a new position if you're trying to trade wheat futures. Now, if that's not a managed market, I don't know what is. That's not a free market. Telling me that I can't play, I can't come to play. Margin is not the issue. Why can't I play? The market is settled down. It's not going lock limit up or down. Why are you restricting trading in the wheat futures? That doesn't make any sense. They're restricting trading in the wheat futures. It doesn't matter if you're trading micro futures or the big wheat contract. Doesn't matter. You cannot add new open positions. Only closing positions are being allowed. All right. And yes, I use the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform, which of course now is bought by Charles Schwab. But nevertheless, I got an error. All right. So not happening. That's not a free market either. So you can't make fun of Putin because you said you can't sell Russian stocks. You can't make fun of him when right now you're not even letting me trade a futures contract, a non-deliverable contract at that. What does that mean? It means that I don't have to worry that if I don't get out of the position that 5,000 bushels of wheat are going to show up at my front door. These are non-deliverable futures contracts, meaning that they settle in cash. So if I put the trade on and I do nothing, when the contract expires, they settle me out in cash. They cash me out. So I'm not getting wheat delivered to me, okay? So I don't understand why it would affect non-deliverable futures contracts. All right, so there's something that's not right. It doesn't pass the smell test. You're absolutely right. Something is up, and yes, they are all in on it. It is a coordinated effort. That's why they have the G8 and the G20. They meet behind closed doors, along with Bilderberg and other organizations, Trilateral Commission, blah blah blah. You don't think that's what they talk about and coordinate these things? Of course it is. So here's your wheat. Too bad we can't play. Now, all this was lock limit up several days in a row. And now here we are. The market, came down. It's settled now. It's been settled for several days here. No lock limit moves. All right. Why you can't play? Why won't they let you buy any wheat? That doesn't make any sense. You can't buy wheat. So what does this do? It forces me now to have to go in and do this. Let me show you. This is also on your dashboard, okay? When they lock you out of the futures, you have to go to equities and ETFs. You don't have a choice. So the ticker for the wheat ETF is WEAT. That's how it is. So like eat your Wheaties. All right, as you can see, the WEAT is tracking the futures very well. So if I want to play, I have to come in here now and buy WEAT because they're not letting me play with the futures. They're not allowing it. But looking at this equity chart, remember I taught you guys equities, i.e. ETFs that track the futures contracts, are better priced most of the time than the futures themselves. So case in point, you see we gapped up here on this chart on March the 1st, right? So at some point, the market has to come down and reconcile this gap. All right, it's not going to be allowed to just sit here indefinitely. This gap has to be reconciled, just like bullish and bearish pointers have to be reconciled. This market has to come down some more to take out this gap. So what I might want to do is wait until this gap is filled before I put a buy in, because I have a rule too. I don't short stocks that are cheap, like a $10 stock, because the most it can fall is 0, and I only make 10 bucks is all I can make on the trade. But the sky's the limit. So in this case in point, I'm not interested in selling and shorting it, and then it gets down here and then I go back and buy it. I'll just wait, and then I'll get my chance to go in there and buy it. So I'll be patient and wait. But this is what I have to do. This happened to us back in 2011. For those who have been with me the longest, remember when they kept jacking up the intraday margins on the gold and silver futures contracts. One day in particular, I remember they raised the margins 3 times in one trading session. 3 times, unheard of. Yes, they raised the margins. If you wanted to buy or sell gold or silver futures contracts, they changed the margins 3 times in one trading session. They don't care. That's what they do. So That's interesting, sir. He said LME busted up all those nickel trades because one of their buds didn't want to pay his margin call. I believe that. I believe that 100%. But again, even with the nickel, you can't trade nickel futures here in the States. So you have to trade trade a nickel ETF. That's all you can do. And there is one on the dashboard. I just don't remember what the ticker is off the top of my head. But so this is what they forced us to do. They forced us now to go into the equity side and participate that way. All right, moving on. Next chart we're going to look at here is Ethereum. Now, there was some talk today. They were like, Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. Well, if you call this outperforming, okay, fine, but it's still down. We've come straight down. There's been a little bit of break now, but look where we are. Primary crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading in Ethereum. Now, whenever I show you Bitcoin and Ethereum, for the sake of these videos, I'm showing you the futures contracts, the micro futures contracts, which are now tradable, and you can trade those without any problems. Thank God for that, right? All right, so this is what this is. This is what we see going on right now, okay? So here we go. This is it. Can't ignore this primary crash alert. Where are we going from here? Well, I think we're going to fall through the Kumo cloud like a knife through butter and possibly fall over the edge. So this one does look very attractive. Surprised I wasn't thinking about this. Let me just check real quick and see. Okay, right now, this is a good time too because the market on the Ethereum is up right now. So that's good. That's good. All right, so primary crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading on Ethereum. So heads up on that one. Likewise, Bitcoin futures right here. They're up 1,000 points right now in the night session. But we do have a primary crash alert there for tonight into tomorrow's trading as well. I think this market's trying to come down here to this pointer or this one over here. So heads up on that. And we are in a longer term sideways consolidation market right now. So keep that in the back of your mind as well. All right, the euro. I went ahead and put an order in on this one. As you can see here, the market is trying to stage a corrective rally. Overhead trend line resistance around the I'll say 112. Let's just say call it 112. 112 is the initial target, followed by maybe 113.50, the bottom of the Kumo cloud. So we'll see. The buying has come off, has dropped off a bit. So we'll see. There may not be any upside production tonight into tomorrow. And if that's the case, fine. That means we'll be setting up for a short soon, and I'll participate that way. All right, next up, we have gold futures. All right, so here's your gold futures. As you can see here, here was the primary crash alert back here. The market has been spending time down here in these trenches, getting close to the trend line support. And this could technically be considered a successful test of it. And you see, you do have some buying starting to come up in here. So it's a possibility that we could possibly see some of that. So I'm not saying that we won't. So I think this looks good enough for me from where I'm sitting. I think we'll probably see a nice little technical bounce in here. But I'm not looking to get involved in that just yet. All right, here is the NASDAQ 100 primary crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. I did take this trade. I do have orders working. If the market conditions are met, I will be filled. I think the market's going to come down here and test this old support low down here. So I think this is where the NASDAQ is headed. It's right here on the trend line support. So even if the market does a head fake and reverses and rallies from here, this is a good place to get involved because you can stop and reverse and get long. And if that happens, 16,500 would probably be in play. So this is a win-win on this particular one. So if you look on your dashboard, it gives you the instructions on how to get involved with this one and what to do. So this is a good opportunity, I think, on this one. So I'm watching that one. Next up is the crude oil futures. All right, so I did not take this one just yet. I'm gonna wait. The market. I was a little too slow in putting my orders in this evening because it's been a really busy day, hectic day over here. So I missed this one, but that's okay. The market's already moving in the night session, so I'm expecting more continuation. I think the market will probably test 120 ish, and we'll see what it can do from there. Buying momentum is picking up. And you do have these two back-to-back bullish pointers, but this is the key one right here from March the 7th. And I think this is the one that the market's going to try to gun for. So this is interesting. I think this is what we call the war premium that's being built into the market. All right, next up we have the Russell My Hustle. I did also take this trade, so I do have orders working in the market for this one as well, but it's moving in the opposite direction. We have the buying interest is there, but it's starting to possibly weaken or level off. I don't know if that was just an intraday phenomenon. Maybe some big hitters were surrounding themselves in the put market. I don't know, but the system picked up on it. And we didn't fall off, so we'll see. I think tomorrow's trading session will be very interesting to see how the bulls respond to the slight pullback in the momentum of Russell. Russell tends to be a pretty reliable leader in the stock indexes, so we'll see if it levels off here or if it picks up. The last time this happened was back here. Market leveled off. The bulls, they just let their hand off the lever for 1 second, and the bears came in and drove the market down. All right, so I don't know. Is that what's about to happen? If so, then we're in a much longer sideways market consolidation pattern than I figured. So we'll see where the true consolidation bar will be. This is an interesting one, but it is sideways right now, but it has a bullish bias. So we'll see what happens. I mean, that's all you can do. You got to see what happens, see if the market gives you anything that you can work with. All right, let's see here. Yeah, RTY. Yep, that's the ticker for the futures. I use the /M2K. That's the micro Russell futures. And the IWM, for those that don't know, that's the ETF for the Russell. For those that don't know, that's what Thomas is referring to. Yeah, it could very much lead them down. Yeah, but like I said, I'll be patient. I'll wait until I have a clear sell signal before I start concerning myself with any shorting possibility. I will say this though, the market has been kind of wild. You see all this back and forth, this up and downness. This is consolidation. This is saying, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. This is not a healthy bull market. This is a sideways consolidated market. It doesn't know what it wants to do. It doesn't know what it wants to be. And when you have situations like that, you have to treat the market as such. All right. So right now, what I would say is we have to wait and see what this market is going to eventually do. Because right now, the sideways consolidation could go on, for months if something doesn't break, if something doesn't happen here shortly. So I'll be watching this one. I like the Russell My Hustle. I do watch it, and I do like to trade it because it's a good vehicle for that. And we'll see what happens. We will see what happens, Captain. And I'll take it from there. All right, next up we got, let's see here. My mic, all right. So to me, the best place is where I'm currently trading. The Thinkorswim platform, TD Ameritrade, which is now Charles Schwab. The Thinkorswim platform is why I trade my futures. But I've also traded them with Interactive Brokers. So they're pretty good also. Those are my top two recommended, Interactive Brokers and the Thinkorswim platform. Those are my favorite if you're going to be trading futures. So I would recommend those two. All right. Let's see here. Okay, here's silver. We did look at gold, but here's silver. All right. All right. So the silver chart you can see here, it's trying to decide what it wants to do too. You have your overall bearish bias in this market right now. There's no mystery there. The bears are in control of silver right now. But the selling momentum has been coming and going. And now we got and it's been several days, but now we have some renewed long interest coming into play into the silver market. This is an interesting turn of events. We shall see. No buy recommendation on that for tonight into tomorrow's trading. If anything, it's looking for a continuation to the downside, possibly coming down here and testing the trend line support right below the 2450 handle. So we'll see what's up with that. All right, what else we got here? Oh, here's bonds. Okay, here's Barry bonds. All right, so interesting turn of events. So we had 2 down days in a row of new weekly lows. And then today the bonds turn around and stage a comeback rally. And based on the market calculations, we now have a primary rally alert for ticker TLT for tomorrow's trading. Is the market ready to run? Is this the Fed intervening, behind the scenes to try to control interest rates here? Because look, we have been short since December the 6th of 2021. No long recommendations during that whole time. Just sell, 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 sell. Sell signal after 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 sell signal, and sell and sell and more selling and more selling and more selling. You know what it is. Now we got a primary buy signal for tomorrow. I kind of like that, because if we're going to have, traditional market norms, this should be good for at least a run back to the 145, maybe 145, and we're at 131 now. That's money on the table. So that's possible. First line of resistance, though, is going to be that 137-ish, right around this area here where the trend line resistance is and the bottom of the Kumo cloud. So this could be an interesting one. Very interesting one to see what happens, see how it plays out. All right. When we talked about the dollar earlier, here's UUP. This is what you would trade if you want to buy the dollar, go long the dollar, but you don't want to do it by way of shorting the euro or getting long the yen or whatever on the forex side. This is your ETF if you want to do long dollar trades. But as you can see here, the system's not giving any buy signals for this dollar. It's only looking at selling. So on this one, you would have to go and do UDN. All right. Oh, word. This is my real life brother, ladies and gentlemen, in the room, the one and only Gun, Big Gun. Yeah, I guess YouTube has been shadow banning me. Now, for those that know, I mean, my family does follow me and listen to my videos, so they saying they can't get me, then yeah, that's a problem. But I'm not surprised, man. I mean, even though I'm not really controversial, I just deal with markets and charts and economy. But I guess for whatever reason, they don't like me. Who cares? Oh, man. So, yeah, so this is what this is. If you're looking for a long signal, you're not going to get one yet in UUP. So that means you're going to be looking for UDN as a possible play to short the dollar. I'm not really concerned with that. I just don't care enough. And I'd rather play the forex myself. So I'd rather go ahead and just play with the euro, whatever. And the euro has we're waiting for confirmation of a long entry on the euro. So here's UDN. This is the ETF the inverse ETF. So you would buy this if the dollar's falling. And as you can see here, it's been choppy and spotty, but the bulls are trying to hold on to it. Overhead trendline resistance on UDN is around the 19.85 to $19.90 range. So we'll see what happens on that one. But traditionally, inverse ETFs, I just don't like them because I don't like the way they're structured and how they work. You're too accurate for YouTube. Yeah, I know, right? I know. Look, this ain't the first time, you guys. Facts, real life. People hate the pulse waves. My comrades, my peers in the industry, they hate the pulse waves, and they have for a long time. I know you guys have heard my stories. I've told you, but yeah, they don't like them. They don't like them. I mean, come on, we're running the best signal service in the world in the history of markets. Of course, they don't like it because it challenges what they do. It makes them look bad because they're just trying to take your money. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. Big difference. All right, TXN Texas Instruments for Mr. Kumar. All right, here we go. So your TXN Texas Instruments, unfortunately, has a primary crash alert for tomorrow's trading. You have been really choppy in this one. This is absurdly choppy. I usually like something a little bit smoother than this, but I mean, it is what it is. So you had a technical bounce, if that's what you want to call it. Look at this, has been crazy. And now you've run out of steam. So yeah, we'll see. Primary crash alert though for tonight into tomorrow's trading. I'll make me a note on this one because I don't get too many comments, or should I say, so people asking me to look at this one. So I'm gonna make a note to myself on it. I'm gonna watch it and see what happens. Texas Instruments. That's the thing, you guys. We cover thousands of securities on multiple exchanges, so it's a lot. All right, the next one you want to see is RMO. I do remember RMO. I remember that one. All right, let's see what RMO looked like. RMO. All right, let's see here. This one. All right, the algo charts are saying, okay, this one has a secondary sell for tomorrow. You had your primary sell. You got your initial little downside production. Now you got another sell signal. Looks like this one is trying to become a penny stock, like literally trying to drop below it. It's threatening to drop below $1. So definitely something to watch. I'll make my note on this one too. I'm going to make sure that these are on the dashboard. If they are not, then they should appear on the next report so you can track it. Have no way of knowing everything that is on the dashboard. Like I said, we have thousands of securities from cryptos to forex, so it's a lot. But at least I'm making a note, so if I see it, I'll have it in here. When you ask for it again, I can pull it up a lot quicker. All right, let's see. Next one you want is BBIG. Not familiar with this one either. Okay, let's see. This is Vinco Ventures, all right, on the NASDAQ, okay? Let's see what happens. All right, so this one also has a primary crash alert for tomorrow's trading, probably to fill this gap. You made a gap here on the 21st, March 21st, so this is probably a call to fill that gap. And we'll see. I don't know what kind of follow through you'll get on it, but yep. So this one's a sell signal for tomorrow. Let me go ahead and make a note to add this one to the reports if it's not already. That way we'll have it. And that should do it. All right. So that's all we got for tonight. Donnie, this is what you need to do if you haven't already. I think I did. You got to look at your login. You have a login, and we do a lot of these on Discord now, since YouTube, they're always monitoring everything, censoring everything. So we do our special versions on Discord, and those are live on Discord. So if you can't find your login stuff, go ahead and text me, and I'll make sure you have your logins and stuff so you can catch those, because you should be able to get in there and see all those. All right. So if you can't, just let me know, and I'll make sure that Jen sends you the logins and stuff. All right. So with that being said, y'all know what it is, man. Smash that like button, and remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. What that means is take whatever money you can extract and profit from these markets, and don't give any of those profits back to the market by way of losses. And you do that by using our patented POP method. If you don't know what that is, you need to ask somebody. Go to pulsewavetrading.com and find out, because trust me, it will save your life and maybe even your marriage. All right, with that being said, I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.